Hey there, it's Victoria McCooey. I am here with another episode of Manic Monday. Every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I go live to talk about your co-parenting issues. So all week long, you are free to email me at victoriamcCooey.com or in the comments right here if you are okay to be seen publicly. And tell me what's going on. Tell me your biggest co-parenting struggles, and I'm going to help you work them out. So that being said, someone from the community, and guess what? It's a man. I attract mostly women to my coaching program, but someone in the community, a single dad, a divorced dad, wrote to me with his issues, and it's something that I hear from a lot of dads. It is really not that uncommon. He says that the kids come home saying after a weekend at mom's, Mommy says she loves us more than you do. This is really hurtful to children. This is parental alienation. You can't tell your children that you love them more than their other parents. That's really discouraging. And he said, I'm documenting, I'm writing this down. Absolutely. All right. So step one, what do you say to your children? You tell them that that is not for mommy to decide. That is for them to decide by your actions. Say, nobody can tell you who loves you more except for you. So we know that mommy does not love them very much if she is hurting them with that kind of language, right? Turning them against their other parent. You have to empower them to know that they're in charge of figuring that out. They're the ones that have to decide ultimately what their parents are about. So, at a very young age, it's hard, but if you can stay consistent, if you can help them grow up to see, and by your actions, instead of by your words, how much you love them, how much you care for them, how much you respect them, how much you want their lives to be as complete as possible, which means including the other parent, then the kids grow up. I mean, that's what happens. They're going to figure this all out. And it's really hard when they're little and you hear this sort of thing. So if you're just popping in, I see some people are just popping in here. The single dad has written to me and said that the mom is telling their kids when she's got them on a weekend that mommy loves you more than daddy. So that's what we're talking about. It's really hurtful to children to try to pit one parent against the other like that. Okay, that's what you talk to your children about. Now, what do? Do you call up your lawyer? Do you start having the lawyers write a letter writing campaign and try to get back to court? No. This is how you're going to spend so much money over these things. First of all, there's nothing anybody can do about it in an isolated incident like that. It's definitely wrong, but you have to build a case. So here's what you do. You should be keeping a journal. This is what I tell all of my clients. You have to keep a journal and you have to date it. And you think you're going to remember. You think, I'll never forget this incident, but you will. And it might be a year from now or years from now when you need this information. Date it, write down exactly what happened, the exact words if you can, and not just about what your kids say, but about anything that happens. You should be keeping a journal. That way, if it becomes evidence later, it is much more believable in the judge's eyes if it was something that you wrote in the moment that it happened than you remembering a year from now what happened. So it gives it a lot more credence in the eyes of the court. So this is what you need to be doing. All right, so if this continues and it's constant and your kids are constantly saying that, then you go to your attorney. But if you pick up the phone every time your kid says something upsetting that the other parent said, you're just going to waste a ton of money on legal fees. All right. So that's my advice. And anytime you have a co-parenting problem, I invite you to leave it in the comments here, or you can email me at victoriamccouy.com. I will never use your name. I will never say your name when you pop up on my live or email me, or I will never ever. This is a totally private place. Also, if you're interested in finding out more about my coaching programs, you can check out my website, victoriamccouy.com. I'm going to leave all this in the post so you can find it there. And if you need a quick fix, if you're not interested in joining my program, you don't want that kind of investment or commitment, but you need to solve an immediate issue and you need a one-time coaching session with me, I do offer that. You fill out a form ahead of time so that I know exactly what we're going to be talking about, if I need to do some research or whatever. And then you can book it right on my calendar at your own convenience. I have slots available. It's $49. I call it a laser session. It lasts 15 minutes. And I will open your eyes to some other ways of handling things, whatever your problem is. And you'll walk away with an action plan, with a course of action that you can take to try to solve this pressing problem that's keeping you up at night. All right, that's it for this week. I hope you'll be back with me next Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern, for the next episode of Manic Monday. All right, take care. See you soon.